Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today's video I will be showing you the 2022 Toyota Corolla LE. This is one trim above the base trim and there is 8 trims to choose from, but let me go ahead and show you all the features this one has. Under the hood there is a 1.8 naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine. It is connected to a CVT transmission. This engine produces 139 horsepower and 126 pound-feet of torque, and the fuel economy numbers on this engine: 30 in the city, 38 highway, and 33 combined. Here is the MSRP sticker of this 2022 Corolla LE. If you guys are interested in the standard features it has, just go ahead and pause the video, and the price with destination is $22,000. If you guys are curious about the color is called Celestite, and it does look pretty good on this Corolla. Again guys, this one is the LE trim. That means this one is one trim above the base trim, and as I mentioned, there is 8 trims to choose from. And yeah, the front end looks okay. I think Toyota could have done a little bit better job with the design right here in the front. I'm not a big fan of this massive grille. It is finished in flat black, and for the headlights, they have an okay look to them. The high beam is LED, low beam is LED, and the turn signal indicators are halogen. Here is a Toyota logo, and it does have the sensor for the braking assist. And yeah, overall I think the design looks okay right here in the front, and I really think that Toyota could have done a little bit better job with the design. And I just love the fact that there's a good amount of sharp lines right here on the front. But let's go ahead and move to the side, and I'll show you the side view of this Corolla. Here is a side view of this Toyota Corolla, and the side view looks okay, nothing too crazy. All the window trims are finished in flat black, and the mirror is finished in the same color as the car, but the bottom portion of it is finished in flat black. And the mirror does not have turn signal indicators or blind spot monitoring system. And since this is more like a base trim, there is no sunroof. And the size of those trims, they are 205, 55, 16. And they are basically steelies with covers on them, and honestly the covers look decent. But let's go ahead and move to the back of this Corolla, and I'll show you the back view of this LE Corolla. Here is the back of this Corolla, and the back looks okay, nothing too crazy about this LE Corolla. If you guys need something that is more sporty, then go with the Apex SE or XSE. Even the other trims look better, and yeah, this thing is just very base, nothing really crazy about the back or to the car in general. Anyways, for the taillights, everything is halogen here in the back. The design of the taillights look okay. There's this trim in the middle. I think it does add a nicer look. The Toyota badge is finished in chrome. Even the Corolla badge is finished in chrome. LE badge is all the way to the right. And the back looks very basic, very simple. And this is expected. This is a Toyota, so that's completely fine. There's some flat black in the bottom. Reflectors are right there, and the exhaust pipe is actually showing. There is no fake exhaust tips or anything like that. But yeah, the back looks okay. Here's the key of this Corolla. The key looks okay, mostly finished in flat black. There's some chrome on it, and there's 4 buttons on it: lock, unlock, trunk release, and a panic button. And there is a key. Let's go ahead and open the trunk. There is no button right here to open the trunk, and here is the backup camera. Trunk opens halfway, then you do the rest of the work. Anyways, inside it is actually nice and big, and the trunk is deep, and yeah, I really like the amount of space in the trunk of this Corolla. There is no handles to drop the seats down. I think you could only do them from the front. And underneath there is the jack and the jack tools and the spare tire, and there's a little bit of storage place around the spare tire. Here is the door panel, and the door panel is mainly finished in plastic, and it looks okay. This top portion right here is plastic. It feels very cheap plastic. The armrest is finished in cloth. It is padded, but does definitely feel on the harder side. All windows are automatic up and down, and I'm not a big fan of the way how the window switches and mirror controls and everything looks like. Definitely on the cheaper side, but this is expected from a Corolla. The door handle feels okay, and this is plastic. The bottom is plastic, which is expected. Speaker has a nice design to it, and there is an okay storage place in the bottom of this door. For the seats are actually nice and comfortable. I think the Corolla Cross had softer seats. Anyways, the seats are manual. But let's go ahead and move inside this Corolla, and I'll show you how it looks like from the inside. Alright, so here is the interior of this 2022 Toyota Corolla. Interior looks decent, not too bad. Not a big fan of the screen. And every time I get into a Corolla, I always complain about the screens because they just look very bulky and too big. And honestly, it's very, very high. So overall, not a big fan of it. Anyways, the steering wheel is not wrapped in leather. It is that synthetic rubber material. It is very, very thin, which is fine. And right here on the left, there is a few buttons. There is the voice command, volume controls, a few controls to control that display right there. And there is the phone controls and back button. And yeah, overall, the interior looks okay. And on the right is the cruise controls, so the safety features, adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, mode, and seat buttons. And here are the gauges. They look decent. And there's that small screen right there on the right that displays actually a good amount of information. So let me go ahead and show you. You could go right and left, up and down. And behind the steering wheel, there is the headlight controls with the turn signal controls, and on the right is the wiper controls. And air vents look okay. Down here, there is the automatic high beam brightness control, and here is a screen. It's an 8-inch screen. It does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. There is a volume knob and a tune knob, and some hard buttons on the left and right. And honestly, I'm not a big fan of Toyota system. It's fairly quick, but I just don't like it. It's very dated, and I think Toyota should work on their screen designs, and their system. And here is the backup camera. Backup camera resolution is not too bad for a Corolla. Air vents look okay. I really wish there was some brushed aluminum right here. Here is the emergency light button. And climate controls are very easy to use. Here is the fan speed. Here is the temperature control, and it does have an automatic function, which is good. And here is the off button, front, rear, modes, and you have the AC all the way to the right. And here is the knob for the fan. And coming down, there is a decent amount of space, but it is actually pushed all the way in since the dash is pushed out a lot. And here is the shifter that will control the CVT transmission in this Corolla, and it is nice and smooth. It goes into gears very quick. Here is the traction control button, and right here there is brake hold and e-brake. There is some brushed aluminum and gloss black in this middle console, or on this middle console. And cup holders are nice and deep. The armrest is nice and soft, finished in cloth. And inside there is 112-volt, one USB-C, and I think there is one USB right here. The location of it is really bad. It's very hard to see, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of people that own a car like this won't find out, or they won't know about it. And here is the rear view mirror. It is actually nice and big, almost frameless, so the bezels are nice and thin. And up here there is some halogen lights, which is expected. And this button will turn on all the lights in this Corolla. This button will keep the lights off when the doors are open. SOS. And here is the visor. The visor is thick. It is finished in plastic, and there is actually an extension right here. It goes out a lot, which is nice. And decent sized mirror, and a very bright halogen light. Here is the back door panel. The back door panel has the same design as the front. This top portion right here is, of course, plastic. It does have the same armrest as the front. And here is the window switch. Door handle feels the same as the front. Plastic in the bottom, tiny bit of storage place, and a speaker in the bottom. And for the back seats are not too bad. There is a good amount of leg room. The headroom is pretty good. And there is an armrest back here. It is actually nice and soft. Two good size cup holders, and back here there is a small storage place. And by the way, I forgot to mention, but the dash is actually nice and soft, and that's how the front of this Corolla looks like. I hope you guys enjoyed this review of this 2022 Toyota Corolla LE. I would like to thank Tim and Wow Toyota here in Wallingford, Connecticut for providing me this LE Corolla. If you guys are interested and if you guys are around, make sure to come and check them out. I'm going to go ahead and put the information and link at the bottom of this video. And if you guys would like to see more videos like this, please like and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you next time.